Hello, this is Instant Monkey here, and I want to walk you through the mobile banking app of Global Bank banking software. Now, for you to be able to use this app, you need to have the mobile functionalities of your account enabled. So therefore, you have to, this moment, if you don't have it enabled, go to your institution and make a request for the e-banking section of your account to be enabled. And once that is done, you're going to be sent a password that you're going to use to log in. Right, so you're going to be logging in with your phone number, your valid phone number that is configured in your account, and the password that will be sent to you once your account, the e-banking section of your account is enabled. So we're going to go with this material for the demonstration and for the purpose of teaching. So I'm going to go with my phone number 67. I'm going to go with the password that was sent to me once my e-banking feature was enabled. I'm going to sign in, and there it says welcome. I am in the application, and right here, because I have already done some transactions at the level of the institution, you can already have the list of transactions right here. And I'm going to quickly walk you through these apps, but then let us go and be able to look at the clicking at a lot of settings here. One of the first things you should do if this is the first time you're connecting is to make sure you set your PIN code, because we have number one, the password that allows you to connect to the application, and number two, the PIN code that allows you to be able to execute some transactions, to be able to do some transfers and so on. And this is another layer of security that makes sure that no one can easily jump into your application or take your phone or pick your phone and do some unauthorized transactions. So you must be able to do this here. Go to settings right down here and you click on PIN code, and this brings up a window where you will have to enter your new PIN code. Make sure that this is kept secret and kept in a place where you can always access, you can always remember, because without this PIN code you won't be able to do any transactions, even with your password. So this is a very crucial element that you must have handy anytime you want to do a transaction, and at the same time it has to be kept secret, because anyone with your PIN code will be able to do some transfers from your account. Now that is said, we have our PIN code. Now let's go back to the our homepage right here. I'm going to walk you through one or two things here. Like I said, we have the list of our latest recent transactions here. All right, and right over here we have the different accounts that we have with the institution, and I have 3 accounts, as you can see here. Account number 1 is individual current account. I have a standard business account, and I have individual savings accounts. The different accounts that you have with the institution will be displayed at this point. And I want you to note that the total balance here is masked, meaning that no one without the PIN code will be able to know how much you have as balance in your account. So in order to show the balance here, we're going to click on this icon here. Now once I click here, it's going to ask for the PIN. Okay, remember the PIN code. I just asked you to make sure you deal with that first before you try to do any other thing within the application. So I'm going to enter my PIN code here. Once that is done, the system is going to open the balances for the different accounts that I have with the institution. So I can click on this button here, details, to be able to see the details. And again, it's asking for security reasons the PIN code, and there I enter my PIN code, and this is the details of this account, standard business account, where we have the valid balance and the real balance. So I can go back Remember, for any of these accounts, you will be required to enter the PIN code in order to access the details. So that's it for security reasons. Now that's done, and right over here we have the lockout button. If you want to close the application, you simply click on this and you confirm with a yes, and your session will be closed. So let me just click on no now, because we are continuing with this tutorial. So down at the bottom here we have the home button, we have bank, and we have settings. Now before we get to the bank here, because that's where we're going to be doing most of the transactions, I want us to look at the settings here, the things that you can do. And right here we have the history, okay, the list of transactions that have been taking place on the different accounts. We have here the requests. We'll be looking at the requests at the lower bank menu right here, the different requests that you have made, the check booklet request and the loan and so forth, and so on and so forth. We're going to be looking at that right here. And here we have a list of your beneficiaries. If you have to do a bank, an account to an account, a transaction, transfer money from your account to the account of a relative or a business partner, you need to be able to add that partner as a beneficiary. And of course, here we'll be able to change the password that was sent to you by the institution. And we've just seen how you can use this to change the PIN code. We have other information right here, contact of the institution, and then we have the version of this application. And I want you to know right now that this is version 1.0.0, and in subsequent versions we'll be having more features added to the application. And right down here we have the logout link, so if you click on that, you will be closing this session. So we'll be coming to this page from time to time, like being able to see our transactions, our requests, and so forth. So let's go here back to the home page where we have a summary of our transactions, and we're going to be going down to bank here, okay, bank here, and this is going to pull up a menu of different transactions that we can do as per version 1.0. We can do a check booklet request, we can do a loan request, we can do account to account transfer, we can do mobile money transfer. So we're going to begin from here. Check booklet request, I just click on that, and I want a check booklet from the institution, and these are the different reasons why I'm doing this request. Maybe my check booklet has been stolen, right, and I want a different check booklet of a number of pages, let's say 100 pages, okay, and I want it attached to this account number, standard business account, okay. I'm going to click continue here, and the system is going to ask, do you want to confirm your request for a check booklet of 100 pages? I say yes to that, and I'm going to have it. Oh, it tells me you already have a pending request. All right, so I have a pending request. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go over to settings here, like I showed you a couple of minutes ago, and go over to my request, and here I have check booklet requests here. It's going to give me a list of my pending requests. So I have this request I just did, it's pending, that's why I cannot do another request. So I might just go ahead, you see, clicking on the requests here, the pending request gives me the ability to delete. I clicked on delete, and I'm going to confirm that, and it says that deleted successfully, so that request has been deleted. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go back here by clicking the back button, arrow button. I'm going to go to the menu here, bank menu. I'm going to go here, check booklet, okay. I'm going to go for a stolen check booklet, okay, and I'm going to ask for 200 pages, and I want that check booklet to be linked to this account. So yes, click on continue, and here yes, and right there your requests, the request has been forwarded. It will be studied. You can follow it at any time in the request menu, and of course you may want to go to your institution to find out how this request has been treated, or is being treated as a matter of fact. So we click on my request here to go to the request menu, or back home. All right, so Here we have my request. So I'm going to click here. Remember, this is a page that comes from settings. All right, so I go here and I go to check booklets. All right, so we have the request, the stolen checkbook request that we just made. It is still pending, and we have these that I did and it was rejected for some reasons, and then we have these that was accepted, and then these that was accepted as well. So if we click on this filtering button right over here at the extreme right here, it is going to give me the different filtering options. You know, here I had all checked, meaning that all the requests that are pending should be displayed, the requests that are rejected should be displayed, and the requests that are accepted should be displayed. Okay, if I go with this pending, let me remove rejected and accepted request and just allow the pending request. It's going to filter out the other requests that are on the list. If I go back here and say all, I will be able to see all the requests right here. So I click back here. We are done with the check booklet request. At this point, you may want to, go to the bank and find out if the booklet is already done. And remember, you really have to go there in order to pick it physically. The booklet will not be sent to you through mobile application.